So you're in the Art of Animation Resort. This has got two hotels that are, or I should say, the Art of Animation Resort has two portions that are Disney related. We have Lion King and Little Mermaid, but then we also had a Pixar portion with Nemo and Cars. About 2 years ago we started on these, and the Cars portion I was deeply involved with, along with our Pixar theme park team, and then of course Imagineering and the resorts folks here. And it's been a blast. This is the only place that Disney has where you can actually go right up to this many characters. We have Cars Land opening out in California, but really there's only meet and greet for a few characters. This is the only spot where you can actually walk up and interact with this many characters in one place, so we're very excited about it.
And who else is out there besides the cars we can see?
Well, as you head back, you're going to see, obviously you got Sheriff waiting by the billboard in case you're speeding, and then you kind of head up the road. You got Doc Hudson to greet you, of course. Always have the pairing of Flo and Ramon together. They're a couple, they're always together. Chip Foose helped out with Ramon's paint job in the film Cars. He actually designed many of the paint jobs. As you know, Ramon changes his paint job every time you see him. Chip did a lot of those paint jobs with us. And he's here, and that's basically Chip actually striped out that vehicle for this, so it's cool. We have some actual Chip Foose artwork here.
Yeah, the vendor that actually created the characters for Disney here, I went to their facility and laid out the flames, and like Jay had said, I was lucky enough to work on the movie and designed the graphics for Ramon and some of the other characters. But it was an absolute blast to work with Disney, even the vendors, and always a pleasure to see Jay and to be here this weekend for Car Masters Weekend. I'm looking forward to all the passion that people are going to be sharing about their automobiles.
Absolutely, yeah. And this resort, I mean, anybody who is a Disney Pixar fan or a Cars fan, just wait till you guys see the inside. I mean, the rooms are all car themed. We spent a lot of time getting all that detail, and then they're phenomenal. I mean, it's amazing. Yeah, we got to get you in there. You got to see these things. And, and I forgot, as you go back further down the road, obviously you got Sally's Cozy Cone. That neon sign will actually turn around and spin, which is cool. On the back side, you can't see, is actually a pool, a swimming pool back there that's actually like a cone-shaped pool. You have the wheel well entrance, which is going to have Sally and McQueen to greet you as you go in. Mater's got his own junkyard jamboree area kind of over here. It's Mater's junkyard sign and his whole area. And then if you go off to the left, there's Luigi and Ramon by the Leaning Tower of Tires. So there you go.
So come on in, get new wheels and tires, get a paint job, stay at Sally's, and have a good time, but don't speed because Sheriff will get you.
That's right. Make yourself at home in Radiator Springs.
I started when I was 3 years old sitting next to my father drawing. And I've been drawing all my life. I've enjoyed it. I'd like to say I was helping my father at his shop when I was 7, but I think I destroyed a lot more than I actually helped him. But he was a fabulous teacher, and I still learn from him today. In fact, one of the things he always said is, what you learn after you know it all, that counts. And that's what the experience with Disney and Pixar has been. I learn every time I work with them, and I look forward to learning because it's an absolute blast. It's the passion for everything that they're doing. It's almost like being in school again. Everything is, you're learning and taking things in, and it's what you produce that actually creates an experience for the guest. And it's an absolute blast to create things that allow people to share. Well, it's the same thing here where these are characters. I look at a car as an extension of one's personality. So when I'm designing a car for somebody on overhauling, I'm asking questions about what they like, what influences them, so that I can create the car that is an extension of their personality. And that's what these are. These cars all have a personality, and they are a character as well. And it's been a blast to work with them. It's a blast doing overhauling and making people's dreams come true, and that's what Disney does every day.
These are not just cars, they're characters, and that's something, bringing Chip on was really important to us because we want authenticity, and John always says we like authenticity in everything we do. If it's Nemo, we want that ocean life to look beautiful, and if it's the world of cars, we want the cars to be authentic, for a Hudson Hornet to look like a real Hudson Hornet, and yet it's a living character. You see the smile, you see the eyes, and you kind of know who that guy is, and that's what we want to bring to life here. So, the first thing we start with is actually taking our digital data and having that thing milled out full size in foam, and then really analyzing it, evaluating it, make sure that we like the pose, the personality, put the eyes in the right place, that the characters actually greet you as you drive along, and it almost looks like they're looking at you as you walk up the road. So a lot of things we did to really, all the cars are down at ground level, not up high. We want to make sure, it's a tough choice to do that, right? Because people can go right up and touch these cars, but in this case we wanted that. We want these cars to be accessible, and for kids to be able to walk up and actually give Mater a hug. They can do that here. That's cool. It's the only place where they can really do that as much as they want, really freely, and we worked really hard to make that work here. With the art of, the resorts is tough because you have this vision in your head of what you want to do, but you also have to think about safety and engineering and a lot of other concerns. So you say, oh, let's do this, let's do that. Well, we got to be, we always have to think first about guest safety. I mean, always that, you know, we don't want anybody ever getting hurt. So you have to kind of say, well, it might look good, but if it's not safe, we can't do it. So we have to work really close with engineering and safety to make sure everything looks cool and yet is safe for guests to use. So that was a big challenge. The other thing, and Chip can talk about this too, is, you know, these cars originally had chrome in the film, and we couldn't put chrome on these cars. They're not made out of metal, you know, they're composite material. And we tried all these spray chromes and add on all these things to get chrome, and it just doesn't work in the sun outdoor with people, you know, that could touch it and play with it. So we actually had to airbrush the look of chrome, but we tried. But that was probably one of the bigger challenges, is chrome. It looks pretty cool. Yeah, now when you look from here, it's like, hey, these look pretty good. And that's what we want too, is these things should hold up for photo ops, you know, that's what we want. Yeah.
How many different photo ops are there throughout the Cars League as far as the cars?
Each one of these characters you can walk right up to and approach. There's no barriers around any of them. So you can walk up to any one of the characters that are here. I mean, there's Sarge back in the corner, and McQueen and Sally and Luigi Guido. They're all here. They're all available. You can walk right up and really take photos from any angle. We try to place their eyes so that they're looking at you as you walk up the road. Makes it kind of fun for the photo ops. Yeah.
Radiator Springs is full of photo ops.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like there'd be much time for the parks.
I know, it's almost like a little park in itself, and what's cool is this is physical representation of cars in Florida, and this is it, really. I mean, where you can actually go right up and see this much car stuff in one place, and it's at a resort. It's pretty cool.
Are there
If you-
any? Oh, go
I
ahead.
was say, if you want to go to California, you'll be able to experience Cars Land,
Right.
which
Got
is
that
phenomenal
coming.
as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, but this is cool. We have something on each coast now.
Are there any little special surprises that the cars do, or are they all?
The lights come on the cars at night.
Okay.
Headlights and taillights, which is really cool. They do light up. The signs light up in town. Sally's lights up. Sarge's sign lights up. So this thing is just as cool at night as during the day. In fact, you can see the street lights are on right now. And they wired up little telephone poles and all that kind of stuff just to make it feel more authentic. It's got old license plates. The graphics from the movies are in there. Like Chip was talking about, the rooms are they're just dialed. They're just so beautiful and authentic when you go inside the rooms. 50s style car upholstery for the couches. It's great.
I love the scale.
Yeah.
You're going to make kids feel big.
Yeah, exactly. And we brought everything down. Again, the idea was don't make the characters imposing. You know, make it so that a kid can go up and it feels approachable. You know, sometimes you see a character and a kid kind of gets scared when they get close to a big character. And the cars are big, so we wanted to bring them down to the scale where a kid can walk right up and hug them. That's what we want. So obviously everything at Sally's Cozy Cone is cone themed. So actually behind Sally's, it's hard to see, but there's actually all the cone rooms, which are various kind of little cabanas and types of things. And then the pool is that cone shape as well. So it actually fit perfectly in there. We knew we were going to have a big pool for Nemo. Obviously that is all about water play. But we want to have a small pool here in case you're staying at Cars and you want to dip yourself in, you can do that as well.
So it's Radiator Springs and Coney Island?
Yeah, exactly. It's a Coney joke.
Is there a sound in the pool here, like the Cars characters?
There's not sounds in the pool. We will have a lot of the Route 66 style music playing as you're walking down the road. You're going to hear a lot of that old time Cars themed music, which will really take you back in time. We really want to set that mood in there. And what's amazing is when you get to the end, the Wheelwell Motel has the archway exactly like the Wheelwell Motel did. And Sally and McQueen are there to greet you. It's phenomenal.